Hello everyone, welcome to Ashley and Lancelot Show. We are going to be playing Call of Cthulhu starter set that we haven't opened. We have Hammer here that's playing Professor Wentworth, and we have Ashley playing Jesse Williams. I'll be playing as an NPC for Nevada Jones for it as well. Wentworth is a linguistic professor, and Nevada Jones is a history archaeology professor, and Jesse Williams is a college student. Still college student. So basically, this is a survival horror genre type of game with puzzles and mystery solving as well. We'll see how they will do. My character might be a little help, but the fun of it is for them to find out throughout the game. It is going to be looking through the rule book and the story at the same time, due to the fact that this is the first time me actually playing 7th edition Call of Cthulhu, and everything's pretty much new to me as well. This is back, I believe, in this is placed in 1922 in New York.
The Warring 20s.
Yes. So just letting you guys know. So you all are part of the Society of the Exploration and the Unexplained society group called SCU. You're like the investigator to solve mystery and explore and try to find the unexplained. Okay. So you don't need any kind of introduction or anything else. So okay. You have been contacted by Thomas Kimball of Michigan. It seems his house has been burglarized and some of his uncle's favorite book has been stolen. The mystery is a little unusual, as the uncle inexplicably disappeared without trace. A year ago, Mr. Kimball would like you to find out who stole the book, return it if possible, discover the whereabouts of his uncle, and whether he is still alive. For this job, Mr. Kimball is prepared to pay expenses and a princely sum of $10. And the equivalent that is today would be $240. Just to let you know. Mr. Kimball has not been bothered to report the break into the police, and stole some books. Uncle's missing, and his uncle is balding with white hair and average height, wearing round spectacles. Just to give you the idea of it as well. So we'll be starting. With this, let's see here. Okay, how would you want to approach this? Do you want to investigate around the neighborhood? Do you want to? There's a graveyard, there's a library, there's a police, there's a local newspapers. You also go to Kimball's house as well.
First, start asking the neighbors questions and stuff.
Okay, how would you want to ask the question? What do you want to do? You gotta be very detailed in this type of game, because it's the more detail you get down to.
The neighbors, if they see anything suspicious on this so and so date around this so and so time.
Okay, let me pull out the skill chart for it. Roll. I don't think I'll roll. Fast track, persuade, out of hand, to language, law, library. Okay, you don't have to roll anything. So they basically said there was a break-in. They basically saw a elder-looking man with fangs jump out of a window and ran with looks to be a sack full of books somewhere down east.
An old man jumps out of the window
with fangs.
Okay, that's a bit weird. So of course I'll be writing all these details down.
You see also an old elderly lady passing by while you talk to one person. Roll me an appearance. I don't think an appearance or a credit roll. Credit rating roll.
A what roll?
Appearance or credit rating roll. It's on your investigator skills.
Well, I don't have appearance.
You have credit rating. I think everyone has credit rating.
I have credit rating.
Yeah, roll
Purple
me.
or green?
If you have numbers next to it, purple. If you don't, it's a green. Okay, Ashley failed.
So credit rating?
Yeah. If you... Okay. You also failed. So, you see, it looks like nothing, that catches your eyes, and just, you're just doing your thing. So basically that is it. But I said that the east side would be the cemetery. That's where that's where they were going.
We're going to the cemetery to investigate.
I have the cemetery map somewhere here.
I'm just using my head because I have to have the character sheet up. So don't even bother with the map.
Well, I'm also, doing this as well. Trying to find a cemetery. Trying to find a cemetery. Oh, damn, that's a huge cemetery. Okay, I'm not gonna use the map. I think this will be a lot easier just doing it this way. So you three, three of the characters are in the cemetery. It's kind of getting a little bit late at night, but it's getting, that the cemetery has been broken in through as well. And you can actually, figure out there are some kind of foot tracks, but it looks like there's too much too much leaves and growing grass that has been cut over time, making the track harder to see. What would you like to do? You also see a caretaker of the cemetery that is basically walking around area with his lantern.
I'm gonna go over to the caretaker and ask him if he's seen anybody, mysterious or out of the ordinary walking in with a big sack of books.
Roll me a charm or a persuade. Damn, you're not having good rolls today, Ashley.
I can try again, but Roll20 hates me. Second time was a turn.
Let's see.
Yesterday too.
Skill.
If you were using dice, what kind of dice would you use to roll?
Huh? This is like 100-sided. You use 200-sided dice on this one. That's why I said use the dice roller on the character sheet, because this is
I don't think I have 100-sided dice, do I?
I do on my bowl. That's why I mean, like, you guys use a character sheet. I put everything in because it's gonna be very confusing to explain it to you guys. trying to find out if he's gonna talk or not. He says, I'm Mr. Jefferson. I'm the caretaker of this Trinity Cemetery. What is the matter? Why are you here at this late at night? You know the cemetery's closed.
Tell them that we're investigating a mysterious burglary and want to know if anybody out of the ordinary came through here with a big stack of books.
Oh, you mean Mr. Kimball's? Yeah, I know. I used to see the man go over to his favorite tombstone while he reads his book. He points at the tombstone, where it's generally at.
I told him that the person that we're looking for seemed to be out of the ordinary. He seemed to have a set of fangs.
And says, roll me a psychology roll, if you guys have it. I'm gonna basically have the map. I got it thinged up over here.
I think Roach 1 hates us today.
Okay. He just talks to you, walks you guys over to the tombstone. Says, "Oh, nothing unusual. Just the quiet, the quiet sound. The dead don't speak." And he takes you to the tombstone. You guys can roll me spot hidden skills as well.
Where's that at? Oh, there.
Yeah. Okay, I go by the zeros. Zero. I'm gonna do -1 or 2 for it. Okay. You found you notice a bottle peeking out of Mr. Jefferson's coat pocket.
No.
Assuming there is alcohol in the bottle.
So are you drinking?
Yeah, I am. It gets lonely at night. You guys have to talk. I cannot just
Doing all the talking.
Yeah, Hammer, what are you gonna do?
I'd have to ask him why he's drinking.
He says he's lonely at night. It's quiet.
That's not an excuse.
Yes. And you gonna try and intimidate him?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna reach for his bottle in his pocket and take it away from him and ask him again what he's doing out here at night.
Roll me intimidate, and you also gotta roll me let's see here. Bella Jones. You gotta roll me intimidate. Then you roll me an unarmed as well. That's by the weapons. And I don't have his dodge stats, so I am gonna roll a dodge for him. Okay. The unarmed is 22. So 72. 31. Okay, you're able to you failed intimidating, but you're able to take the bottle of booze away from him. It says, "Hey, that's my liquor. This is my cemetery and my grounds. Unless you have a warrant, I might have to ask you to leave, so I'm going to call the cops." So what do you guys do now?
Yes, we'll leave.
Huh?
Guess we have to leave.
Yep. Roll me a knowledge. What you call it? I believe it's history. I believe.
History?
No, wait a second. Knowledge.
Because there is no knowledge.
I know. I'm looking through. Yeah, roll me history. Ashley.
I did and only got success on +2.
I mean, this should be common knowledge, anyways. In the 1920s, prohibition was enforced across America. Alcohol is illegal.
I go to call the cops. You'll be the one in trouble.
So they can come and try and get me then. And he just walks off.
Well, what are we gonna do now?
I guess we look at that tombstone that the guy kept going to.
Let's go.
The tombstone's right there in front of you. It basically says Marini Milton's grave on it.
Just his name?
Yeah, Marini Smelton's Smelton on the tombstone. That's the where Uncle Kimball basically sits and reads his book.
I guess I'll have to write that down for later.
Okay. You guys found the name. You can also try to figure out how to research the name as well.
Library.
Okay. You guys visit to your local library. Use the green one and see if that's better.
For library use?
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. SSS. You rolled it. Basically, you went to the Arnoldsburg Advertiser is the newspaper you've been scrolling through. An article dated over 10 years ago concerns the alleged sighting of a bandit people, apparently unclothed, caverning in the cemetery next to the Kimball's house. The constable was summoned and the cemetery searched, but no signs of the stranger was ever found. Through misshapen footprints gave mute evidence of their presence. As well. That's what you find about the house. And
is there any other books we should look through?
So far, nothing so far. It appears to be that name on the tombstone that's on here as well.
Is there anything referencing him, or?
No, but you know that the police searched the cemetery, and they haven't about the what happened in the cemetery next to Kimball's house. What would you like to do?
Where else would we have to go?
I just gave you a hint with the advertisement. They haven't find police didn't find any evidence of the presence or anything. So
Let's go.
Yep.
where? Go where? Guys?
We're just saying something about a Kimball house.
Yeah, you wanna go to the Kimball's house?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to the Kimball's house with a you see boarded up of that window that's got broken out of. Inside, you see Thomas Kimball moving all of the rooms except for the study, which is still cluttered and piled high with his uncle's books. You look from the outside of the house. There are books of all shapes and sizes and all of subjects that are cool. And that way, they're all well cared for. So you're in front of the house. What you like to do?
Can we go in?
The door is locked. Like I said, you gotta be very detailed what you do in this type of game.
Would any of the windows be open?
No, all the windows are closed except for one window that's been boarded up by plywood.
Can we reach it, or is it on the second story?
This is the first story. What you know, someone's already inside the house. You can just knock on the door.
All right.
Unless you really want to break in.
It's fine. We can knock on the door.
Knock on the door. You see Thomas Kimball. Says, "Oh, investigators! Oh, please come in. Come in. I'll get some tea ready for you guys." He invites you into the living room area, and basically, you know, a lot of stuff's been packed up. Uncle possession boxes, so forth as well. You guys can roll. You know, he basically tells you can actually go and look around if you like.
We go and look around, I guess.
Okay. You know, everything has been moved around except for the studies has not been touched. This is where the perpetrator jumped out of the window that jumped out of.
Investigate the study.
Okay. Well, you were looking through the studies. That the house is pretty old as well. You pretty much and also roll me a spot hidden roll, please. Okay, Ashley. Just roll just use the green one. I think the green ones would be a lot easier for you guys. I think the purple ones being more difficult. Ashley, you found it seems to be a journal that is shoved underneath the table.
I go grab for it.
You grab it. You know that when you look through it, the last entry that is dated the day before Douglas Kimball was vanished. And you see this entry is cryptical, and it says, "Reaching a decision. Joining with my friends below." In addition, other earlier journal entry seems to hint at a network of tunnel underneath the cemetery, inhabiting by a mysterious, and it actually says creatures that Douglas saw moving about the cemetery at night.
Then we probably should investigate these tunnels. We'll find an entry for these tunnels anyway.
Okay.
What would be the best time to go look for him?
What is that?
What would be the best time to go look for him?
That is you got to figure out, not me. The guy Nevada Jones is just right there, just staring at you. He's like, I don't know. I am an archaeologist. Basically, Indiana Jones for Call of Cthulhu. He's not that bright with these kind of things. So you know, there's a tunnel network that goes in the cemetery. It's all been jotted down, laid down as well. I will reveal the map for it as well in here. Let me go see if I can find the map. Here we go. Should be the top left side of it. You see, on there it says number 2 Douglas study. That is where he jumped out of, and the cemetery is in the other side of it. That's how close the cemetery is. Hopefully that map will help you. You guys find it?
No, I have to look at the map. Okay. You know, this is just reminding me of the Call of Cthulhu game that I was playing.
Yeah, it's basically survival horror. It's mystery puzzles.
It's very, very similar. Like, it was almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think the video game was based off of this.
I don't think so.
It's very similar.
Yeah. So you guys found the map?
Yeah, I found the map. So I guess I go back to the cemetery and go into the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. You see the old tombstones has been worn smooth by age, where they're making it a perfect spot to perch and read a book of it. And while you're looking around, you can roll me a spot hidden or roll me a track. Spot hidden. How about you, Hammer? Hammer failed. Okay. If you notice around the track, a strange track around a tombstone, it looks to have been made by a man-sized barefoot and in cloven hooves rather than toes.
Interesting.
You can follow the tracks?
Follow the track.
Okay. You follow a track that leads to a door of a mausoleum.
Open the door.
It is locked.
Anybody here a locksmith? Oh, there's a locksmith thing.
You can try and forcefully open it by using a strength roll, or you can try and look for some type of tools or anything to help alleviate it to open it.
I could try a strength, but
I'll look for tools.
Ashley just opened it.
Okay.
She basically put her hips to it and push it. She screams out physics.
So what's inside?
Huh?
What's inside?
Inside is a horrible stench released from within. You know that it's very badly foul smell. Inside mausoleum, you find a hand dug tunnel leading down below the earth.
Go down into the tunnel.
Okay, you know you're going down into darkness. Do you have any way of
Does
having
anybody
light?
have a flashlight? Candles? Anything?
There's no light or anything.
No light or anything around you.
So should we proceed this way or not?
We need to go get some light source and then come back.
Okay.
Is there any shops that are open?
You're in the middle of a cemetery, pretty much like 11 o'clock at night in the 1920s.
Nothing.
So.
I guess we go investigate around the cemetery, see if we can find anything.
You know that also the Douglas house is not, the Kimball's house is not that far off from the cemetery either.
We go back
Think
to
they
the
got a lantern?
Kimball's house and see if they got anything that we can use.
What is that, Hammer?
Would they happen to have a lantern?
In the house or the cemetery?
In the house.
You may find some. You go in. Thomas Kimball looks at you and says, "How may I help you?" So, is there something you need?
We need a lantern.
Oh, that's not a problem. You can take one from the front porch.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Go take it, and then we go back to that entrance.
Okay. So one of you, roll me a navigate roll. When you go down a tunnel, it's like a maze.
Navigate.
Okay. You go through it. You get very tired, and you go very exhausted.
What else would you like us to roll?
I'm just saying you're very exhausted.
Could we roll a track to follow the track?
No, I'm reading through the book and stuff. So you're exhausted. You feel like you need to rest really bad. So you guys go up to the surface.
And we rest.
And you see, seem to be a horrific looking man that is sitting on a tombstone. And he looks at you.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do anything.
I think we should get away from this guy.
Let's see if he says anything to us.
He just looks at you. He kind of meets the description of Fangs, and also meet the description of Douglas Kimball.
I go, Douglas?
He looks at you as well as for the sanity loss that may result from the meeting.
Huh?
Douglas as he tries to attack the figure. He looks at you basically. I go to page 16. This thing's like all over the damn place. Okay, you're speaking. It's basically trying to speak to the figure. Okay. How's that? Moment. One side when Douglas says. He says hello.
Your relative has us looking for you.
Oh, this is 1d4. Okay, I need to roll this percent die for him. Let's see it. It looks like he says that is not a problem, you know. He says, I like what I like. Life is great. I don't need money. I don't have to dress for dinner. I don't have to meet people, except at meal times. But I can read whenever I want, day or night. It says,
That's great and everything, but your relative is worried sick about you.
it's fine. He can have my house. He can have my belongings. I am planning to get the books I want and experience this to unlock the secrets and mystery.
I don't think he cares much about the house. I think he cares more about your well-being.
He walks closer to you. He looks more ghoulish looking, and one eye white and blind, and looks like, and says, investigator, I would like you not to reveal, my nephew, what I have become. Tell him that I'm still alive. Tell him do not look for me, and also to start a life. I have lived a long life, and I am here to be living a lot longer, learning the knowledge and opening the mysteries within. Please do not come back, and we will also be closing the tunnels as well. You see a couple other ghoulish type human people coming from that mausoleum, slowly closing the door.
I ask him what does he expect to gain from all this knowledge he wants to learn.
Well, we won't know until I find out. He goes in the mausoleum and says,
in the world, you can know everything, but you will always crave to know more.
It says, but anyhow, good day. Sun is rising, investigator. And he slowly closed the mausoleum door.
We go back to the Campbell's house, and for I cannot lie, I am going to tell his nephew what he has become.
Okay, roll me a. Let's see here. I am trying to figure out. He says, well, my uncle always loved books. I don't think he turned into ghoulish. I think he just wants to be more free-spirited. Anyhow, well, at least I know he's alive, and
he's living in tunnels.
Well, if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do, I guess. I'll make sure to put food out for him by the mausoleum, I guess. At least I know where he's at. But anyhow, here's $10 for your job. And well, thank you guys. Thank you for finding him. That was pretty quick of you. Did it all in a day. For it. So that is one. That is one short adventure. So what do you guys think so far for it?
It's meh.
Hammer?
Yeah, I mean, it's alright.
So, yeah. So now you have an understanding how this is gonna go, right?
Not really my kind of thing.
Yeah. Because the next one's gonna be a lot of reading. Letting you know. You guys gonna be reading.
I don't want to read.
Too bad. Huh? Okay. Alright. Oh, it tells me the stats all the way in the damn back. They should put that down in the starter kit. Pages the stats and everything else for it as well. Well, okay. This is for 2 to 5 players. I think this is the grand finale of it. I think this is the whole thing. No, this is not. This is the Edge of Darkness. This is the second one. The third one's called Dead Man Stomp. Okay, let's do this as well. This should be able to be some of your speed. We have an hour left, so people keep your information background. This has a lot of Egyptian stuff in it, so.
So this is when my history thing comes in.
Yeah, and Nevada Jones, archaeologist as well. If you need to use his abilities, just ask him. You have recently each been contacted by Rupert Merriweather, an aging man you have known for some time. Merriweather is unwell and seemed not long for this world. He has asked you to meet him at St. Mary's Teachings Hospital in Arkham at 1 o'clock on Thursday. You haven't seen the man for quite some time, so this urgent summons appears to be quite important. Perhaps he has something to tell you before he dies.
Alright, we go there.
The hospital is located in downtown Arkham, adjacent to the historic Miss Teutonic University. The hospital boasts the latest and modern equipment and techniques, as well as some of the best medical practitioners on the eastern seaboard. And you enter, you see a bedridden Rupert Merriweather engaged with two other visitors who appears to be grieving. His 62-year-old wife Agnes and his searing weasel-like son, 33 years old, Bernard. In a rasping whisper, Merriweather introduced the investigator to his wife and son. So that's what he did. And he comes to you, he talks to you. Guys, in my youth, I and some fellow students became invoked in what we believe to be an innocent exploration of the occult, led by a slightly older man named Moran Allen. The 6 of us purchased an old farmhouse a few miles west of Arkham, near the village of Ross Corners. There we could conduct census and other physical research in privacy. Alice, our work had unforeseen results. Our last experience summoned an evil force into this world, and instead of attempting to expel the thing, we were afraid and abandoned the old house, confident that the magic that brought the evil to this world would also keep it confined in the vacant house, or send it back after a short time. However, I have since discovered the spell that binds the entity to the house lasts only as long as the caster lives. I am the last of the group, and I fear that upon my death the thing will go free and wreak havoc on the folks thereabout. I am too old, too ill, and too much of a coward to go back to the house to try to banish the entity myself. I am guilty of many things, but my deepest sin was unleashing that horror that fateful night. I am convinced the entity will escape its confinement on my death. Take the box. As he's gesturing weakly towards towards a metal box on ice beside the bed. All the aid I can offer you lies within. You must find the courage to send them thing back to where it came from. You must see this is done. Do this for me, please. And he groans in his cough. Huh?
I said I went to pick up the box and see what's in it.
Okay. Well, he gave you the box. He's groaning. He's coughing. A lot of blood. Just letting you know. In the box, you see the deed and a key concern a farm property on Bloom Road near Ross Corners, a village west of Arkham. You also see a letter. I will be sending it to you guys through Hangout for you guys to read. And also you see a sarcophagi shaped box. The lid comes off the ornate box easily, however there is nothing inside. You guys can roll your history or archaeology roll to identify the hieroglyphs decorating the outside of the box. Okay. You know the Egyptian box is Egyptian of the Middle Kingdom, though those carved on the inside of the lids are distinctly different and not Egyptian at all. You guys can roll the occult to find what's inside the odd carving inside the box lid. Okay. Ashley, it reveals odd carving on the inside of the box that resemble writing attributed by a certain occultist to the lost Pacific continent of Boo. I'll give you and I'll send you the handout right now. Let's see, where is Call of Cthulhu folder? I had it right here. There we go, Call of Cthulhu folder. Let's see here, handout 1. Oops. I sent it to you guys on Hangout. Can you see it? And I have it on the screen here so reader can read it out as well. I'll just read it for you guys. Dear friends, in the years after the nightmarish event of that night in my youth, I have seen many strange things. What happened? What happened?
It kicked us out.
I'm gonna read this. I'll read this to you guys. Dear friends, in the years after the nightmarish event that night in my youth, I have seen many strange things. Only now do I begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what is happening in the world. I tried in my small ways to combat the horror and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have put to good use in dealing with the abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I can never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events tonight. Right. I too great fear that which my friends and I loose upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death I fear the bonds will be broken and the horror free to come and go as it please. Lives not yet taken already weighs heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in the accursed house. Translation may be, I don't know, that's an R or an S. Marin for the book. The Vernis Mysteries. I was never strong enough to take on a task, but I have hope that you are in writing the world of this. Perhaps you will save my soul from hell. for I fear that my deed have not been enough to release me from the heavy burden. I do not expect your forgiveness for what I ask of you. That's what the letter says. So, what do you guys want to do now? Guys?
I'm losing hammer decide this time.
Well, I only understand Egyptian hieroglyphy, so
Sorry about that. For some reason, I cannot share the photos with you guys.
Send it through Messenger.
I can do it. Yeah, I can do Facebook Messenger. Yeah.
Right, BMO?
There's a cute cat. There, that Rich had a cat.
Okay. No, I can read it myself. I did not know she had been I don't know you can see. I can cross the between a small world.
send me the pictures.
Yeah, I sent it to you on. Oh, there we go. And also, there's a second handout too. That's not the second. Is this a second handout? This tells you the activities of the Brotherhood. Yep, this one too. These are the activities of the Brotherhood. That's in a letter-bound journal. Just letting you know. Try to figure out how much I gotta give. Looks like all of that. I'll be sending it to you guys.
Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go to that house then. Cats! What is wrong with you guys? Cats have gone insane.
On the top part. And that'll be it for now. I am going to be posting this up for what you guys are reading. People can read from here as well. And please pause it if I'm going too fast for you guys, but time is on the foot. 3 and 4. Go with 3. Let me know when you guys are ready. I told you there'll be a lot of reading. Because I don't want to read all that. That is the last entry that looks like it's put on here. Does this get you in the mood to become an investigator? Huh?
There's no investigators anymore. That's what the police are.
But there are private investigators out there right now. Usually I get a license and certification for be a PI, private investigator.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them are very expensive.
That's because they're probably good.
Mm-hmm. How about you,
They're
Hammer?
actually what you hire when you're trying to look for someone.
How about you, Hammer?
I'm reading the last one.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm still reading.
How far are you, Ashley?
I'm at March 24th.
Okay, you're almost towards the end. Now you have notes of your own. Then keep for the next game.
We're not finishing.
Finished reading.
Okay. Okay, so what do you guys want to do now?
Guess we have to go to that old farmhouse.
Okay, so you going to be going to the old farmhouse?
Yep.
I was going to ask why we couldn't go to Boston.
Huh?
I was going to ask what's the importance of Boston.
In Boston?
Yep.
It's the place. Not even the farm is not. That's not in Boston.
We're
I
going
know
to
it's-
the farmhouse.
You guys gotta talk to each other. What do you guys want to do?
That farmhouse seems important, so we probably should investigate it.
Okay. So you're gonna go straight to the farmhouse? Do you agree?
That's fine.
Okay. These are trying to find cross corners, Delavis. Next, trying to find the farmhouse. It's okay. Here we go. The farmhouse. You guys, are you driving a car? Driving an old crank car. That is basically going to the farmhouse. That's back away from Boone Road, down an overgrown path. You know there's an old dead tree blackened by a lightning strike in years. The path which marks the turn off for the path and the farmhouse. You see the farmhouse become visible while you're traveling along the path, along the tree. The road is wide, weed-grown gravel, track leading to the farmhouse, and you see remains of a large barn. This house is an 18th century salt box design, high-peaked roof, window flaked by shagging shutters, while most of the windows are broken. The ones that still are intact are filthy and resemble frosted glass due to years of dirt and dust. The single-story structure comprising 2 rooms with a windowless attic overhead. The roof is little bowed, but all the shingles are intact. The whole place exudes a strange and unsettling atmosphere. You don't hear any birds singing in the trees, just sounds of many branches swaying in the breeze. Letting you know. So you are there. Now you're out of the car. You can roll me spot hidden if you like. So let me go see the rolls for it. Okay. Ashley, you found you detect some well-grown vegetable that can be still found in the garden plot. Inspecting their tall glass weeds around the house, you also see a recently dead raccoon laying in the knee-high grass. It looks like to be a 30-pound carcass that's been dead for a while. The animal's breast is stained with clotted blood, and a large hole has been burrowed into a chest. Anyone could roll me a science, biology, medicine, or natural world to determine the death of the animal.
There's no science.
Medicine
Did you
or
say
natural
again?
world? There should be science.
That's natural world, and medicine is also a fail.
Okay. Yeah, you do not know what the cause of death of the raccoon.
Do we see anything else?
While you're looking around, the surroundings, woodland may look greasy. A 200-yard from the barn within the trees is the body of a middle-aged woman.
Should we go look at it, or? Guess not.
What is that?
Should we go over and look at it?
If you want.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, while you going up there, and you find a woman's clothes are blood soaked with, and it's still wet. While you're looking at closer, you find a large hole in her chest. And same hole that you found in the dead raccoon. It's very similar. You can
Can we
try.
measure it?
You could try rolling first aid or medicine.
Medicine?
First aid or medicine, yes.
That doesn't work, but
You have first aid?
that doesn't work.
Okay, you have no idea the biology of the woman. That's from the chest. Okay, so what'd you like to do?
Is there any other injuries on her? Or
No,
just that one?
just that one.
Is there any way to tell how long she's been dead?
That was the roll for, so while the clothes are still wet, probably recently. It's still wet from the blood.
Is there a blood trail?
No.
Oh, I guess we can just go investigate the farmhouse then.
You guys go to the barn. You look to the remains of the barn. Roll me a dex roll, please, so you don't to traverse the debris without tripping.
Green or purple?
Green. Ashley.
A dex roll?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's up on the top right. You see strength and dex and con.
Okay, dex.
Okay, you guys both fall on your faces and stuff. Try to go around. Both of you take 1 point of damage. You know, damage from cutting your hands and legs on some broken glass. The remains of several rusted farm tools and horse tracks are all there in this property. There is no large animal than a rat living in a barn on the property.
Said there was no rats or anything?
There are rats living in the barn. There's no anything larger than that. That's in the barn. Okay. I am going to show you what the farmhouse looks like. So let's me give you the view. The farmhouse. So we're at the farmhouse now. So you can jot down the numbers, you know, and tell me, you know, where you guys want to go on it. So it'll be a lot easier for me to track on it. It's farmhouse ground floor. So you know.
Go to number 1 first.
Number 1 is the open back door. You guys go through the back door of the farmhouse.
Is there anything inside? Well, living, that is?
You see a couch, a table. You see the back door. You see in the back in this room is a comfortable. You see a comfortable armchair in one corner, while a table standing against the wall beneath the rear window. An old walking stick lies on top of the table. The fireplace is large and made of gray stone. And the back door leads to the bar that you guys came from. But other than that, The wooden frame surrounding the wooden frame that surrounds the area looks pretty decent. But you also see a trapdoor in the middle of the floor, decorated with some occult craving seen over the doors and windows of the house. Roll me spot hidden.
Is there anything on the table? Number 2.
Let me finish this back room first, Ashley. Okay, Ashley, you see muddy boots print on the floor coming from the back door. The prints are evidence of recent occupation. And the fireplace contains the ember of a recent fire possibly lit within the last day. A thick wool blanket has been tossed beside the fireplace, and an empty can of Campbell pork and beans lies nearby. A dirty tin spoon that looks like surplus from the Great War sticks out of the can. Pieces of the sauce are still liquid and still relatively fresh. Apart from the walking stick on the table, there's a large piece of board and wrinkled fabric on which rests a half-full penny box of wooden matches, a small piece of soap, tin cup, a screwdriver, can opener, a jackknife, the stub of a candle. Letting you know. Letting you know.
Should we carry the stuff on the table with us?
It was on the table number 2, just letting you know.
Say what?
That was what was on the table.
I'm asking, should we pack it all up and take it with us?
Ashley, she's talking to you.
Probably.
Roll me a listen.
You listen?
Mm-hmm. You don't hear anything. Okay.
Can you repeat what you said was on the table again?
Let's see here. I think on the table is a empty can of Campbell pork and beans, a dirty tin spoon. Looks like a surplus in the Great War. Walking stick, large piece of worn and wrinkled fabric on which rests a half full penny box of wooden matches. A small piece of soap, a tin cup, a screwdriver, a can opener, a jackknife, and the stub of a candle.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up the matches, the stub of a candle, and the knife.
Okay.
And
Just put it down
put
in
it
your
over
character
in my
sheet.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Say what?
Or just write it down in your character. Type it down in your character sheet on the roll 20. On the equipment. Okay. Alright. What else you guys want to do? There is an attic that goes up, and there is a crawl space, a cellar that goes down.
You want to investigate the cellar first?
Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you go down, you see a man that smells really bad down the cellar. Looks to be a hobo that's been taking this house for shelter.
Ask him what he's doing down there.
Says, I'm Red Jake, and I just came here because no one lives in this house, so I thought it was good for me to crash here for a while. Says, I'm just here. I was just here last night, and there was a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in the house.
Like what?
Some shadowy creature that comes up from the attic, hearing noises and scratching as well.
Have you ever seen the creature?
I believe I have. I don't know.
So he lives in the attic?
I guess.
I guess we should investigate the attic here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay. To the attic. He just goes up, grab whatever, and he just left the house. Letting you know.
We head up to the attic.
Okay. Let's see. Find the attic. What page number is this? Sure. Begin. But before that, roll. Okay. You found the attic. But before you found the attic, you guys found. Looks to be notes and papers down by the cellar, and there's a box of shelves of papers and stuff. If you guys want to go look through that. I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry. That's up in the attic. You see a trunk up in the attic.
I'm gonna look through the trunk.
Okay. I'm gonna send you the thing for it. There we go. Which handout is this? 25th. We're almost done with this adventure. No, we call it a day.
Oh yeah. Is it just the farmhouse part?
Huh?
Is it just the farmhouse part?
Yeah, just the farmhouse part. Then you'll be finishing with it. After you guys finish reading it, then it's done. Then you guys find it, then you finish it off, then you do the last adventure from this adventure book in 2 weeks.
So is just this little bit it for the whole book, or?
Yeah, there's only 3 adventures. So you guys get the idea of how the game plays. This is a starter set.
So it's only starter adventures. It only gives you snips and pics on it.
Yeah, so you guys have an idea if you guys like the game or.
Then we go to the actual book.
Yeah, it's a 7th edition rule book.
What do y'all think of the game?
It's interesting. You guys skipped a whole bunch of it on this adventure right now. You're supposed to, as an investigator, go to the library and get as much information and research as much as you can, and stuff like that. You're like the private eye or the unknown.
Never into private eye.
It's like a conspiracy nut investigator, I would say. Like those people wouldn't be dumb enough to try to storm into Area 51. And I don't understand. It's like, that you step in, you don't comply, they just gonna kill you all.
No, they don't know that. That's their problem.
Yeah, it's like
they won't try to kill innocent civilians.
Oh,
but
they will
detain them.
No, they will. They can't attain 500,000 people. If it's like even 100,000, they'll just mow them down with Gatling guns.
I thought they would try to gas them first.
I don't think they have gas at Area 51. The sign says use deadly force on site, meaning they're gonna kill you.
And then people are idiots, so they die for a stupid cause.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a whole backlash, like, oh, you killed a bunch of innocent people, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no.
They know not to go into a military base. So.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're just gonna end it here?
We're almost done. Were you guys done reading?
I thought Area 51 was just a testing weapons site.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
So that means they'll test it on them.
Yeah. So you guys done reading the stuff I sent?
Yep.
Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do now?
Well, it said something about New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Should we go there or stay here?
But it keeps saying something and stuff like, I regret doing what we did, blah, blah, Like, there's supposed to be something in this house.
You guys are in the attic. And you see stuff moving around it. You kind of see something that looks like a humanoid figure, but you can't really see it.
So
it feels
it. Hello? Who's there?
You see that dead raccoon has a hole in his chest going towards you.
There's a dead raccoon coming towards us.
You can roll a dodge.
Of course I failed.
No, only Ashley. It's attacking her. It doesn't matter. The dodge fail doesn't matter. It has to compare to my attack. It misses. So, okay. So you see something that's controlling this creature. And it smells very foul. In this,
So I scream, "Who are you and what do you want?"
It does not reply.
Is it possible to see it with this little bitty candle stub I have?
Huh?
Is it possible to light this candle stub to be able to see it?
Yeah, I'll take a turn. You light it up. You see, look like a gaseous form behind the raccoon.
So I think they were right. There's something here.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get rid of this thing?
They were saying something about a book. What was that book? What was that book? They kept mentioning this book. They Bernie's mysterious. They were saying that book is the only book that can get rid of it.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be somewhere here.
Is there anything to look in?
Huh?
Is there anything where we could look in?
For that book. That book is supposed to be the only way to get rid of it.
You found it.
We did?
Yeah. I believe. I think it's in the handout. The handout 6 and 7.
So we have the book, so we're going to use it to get rid of it.
You're going to have to start the ritual.
Okay, what does the ritual entail?
Basically to return the lurker back where it came.
Alright, we'll start the ritual. I'm not reading it because I'm gonna butcher this language.
I know, that's the fun part. While you're beginning it, you see the dead woman that's out by the tree coming, walking with a massive hole in the chest, coming towards the house. Things are rolling around, stuff is flowing here and there as well.
While we're saying this enchantment.
Mm-hmm. And while you're doing the ritual, both of you guys suffer a 5 to your insanity points. But you guys are a normal setting for insanity right now. When it gets lower, you have to roll a save for it. But you slowly, seeing things and visualizing things while the horrific things coming closer and closer to you, then it just disappeared and everything just dropped down suddenly. Air feels lighter and feels more clean. This house doesn't sense any kind of weird atmospheric senses around. While you're doing that, you put out the pentagram and burn the brown powder and fire as well. And you see the monster that is right in front of you, howling and grunting, cursing at you guys in harsh guttural voice as well.
So it looks like it's starting to go back where it came from?
Yes.
Is there anything we can do to make it go away faster? Or
After you guys completed it, you see a middle-aged woman looking her way to the house. She lifts her head and calls towards the house. Her face is streaked with blood while from there, it's the animated lady that was from the trees with a big whole chest. And while you guys finishing up the ritual, it just slowly just disappeared and gave you guys the finger. So yeah, lurkers banished. You gain 10.1 sanity points back.
How much sanity did we gain back?
I gotta roll a 1d10. You gain 11 sanity points back. You know that the man from the hospital that you were helping out with died that afternoon. As well. And so forth. That is done with the second adventure. So we'll do the third adventures when we finish moving. I'll let you know, Hammer. Okay. So what do you guys think about it so far?
Yeah. I think we should have just started with the other one.
What? Which one? The 3.5?
Yeah, the book we had bought.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out because it's the rules are like really whack. It doesn't really follow the modern 20 D20 3.5 that shit does, but I'm going to have to make some adjustments for that after we finish this other set.
I said a lot of people do.
Yeah, I have to
twerk it.
Yeah, I gotta tweak it a lot because, and I also gotta look up. I can't find any pre-made or homebrew version of that adventure because those rules are very different than any other rules I'm playing, because every edition of the rules are like really whack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see how this goes. This is a lot more easier to digest than 3.5. But anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. We'll do a part 2 for the starter set, and we'll do the full review with you guys as well in that video. See you guys later. Bye.
Right in the chat box so you can write it down and whatnot.
I'm recording.
There you go. His name is Kadaga Teltharin, and he is an elven rogue. He is a knife master rogue.
Knife master, you said?
A knife master. His background is he was part of a military unit of one of the elven lands, and he had a knack for doing things efficiently, but didn't like the orders being given and the way things were going, so he went freelance. And the future character, his name is Tick, and he is Isaki Mechanic. The Isaki are the elven. No, I'm not certain. I'm sorry. The kind of rodentia mammals, like the rat.
They're like the ones that look like rats, right?
And
hello?
Billy's voice going in and out.
Or just wait a minute for him to come back.
He is a mechanic. His background is that he's.
Billy, check your mic or your connection. You're going in and out.
How's my internet, Lance? Because I'm on my laptop and wireless.
You sound fine. Billy's going in and out.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. Maybe try rebooting your computer. I'm gonna text him.